Hello everyone. Let us begin today's period with this beautiful thought. It's never too late for a new beginning in your life. I am reading again. It's never too late for a new beginning in your life. Children, we have already begun with 7th chapter from shelter to village settlement. Up to now, we have seen shelter, that how Neanderthals used to live in caves and to secure themselves from the freezing temperature they wore leather and also made use of fire. We have then seen that they used the animal hides to erect the tent inside the caves for warmth. As it was extremely cold, the caves were also very cold. So, to survive in such a cold temperature, they used all these things. Then we have seen they have set up seasonal camp in Middle Stone Age. Groups of Homo sapiens started living in the camps and it was all over the world. By this time now, by the time of Middle Stone Age, the temperature was getting warmer, the climate was changing, and also the diet of Homo sapien was changing. Now these people, they also erected tents and they started living in groups. Now it is called seasonal camp because of the changing temperature, changing climate. They were now dependent on the agriculture, food which is cultivated. They used to engage themselves in fishing, hunting. So now they were no more the forager. They have started hunting the animals like deer, boar, mountain goat and sheep. Similarly, in this age, in the Middle Stone Age, the mammoth were on the verge of extinction because they were killed on large scale for their tusk, for their skin, for their flesh. So they cannot overcome the changing climate. They were unable to adjust it, as well as because they were hunted on large scale, they become extinct. So here we have seen the mammoth. The mammoth was an ancestor of elephant. However, he was much bigger in size as compared to elephant, and their tusk was also very big. And in the next picture you can see the seasonal camp set up by the Homo sapien in Middle Stone Age. Here they are engaged in various type of activities. Some are fishing, some are constructing the tents, huts. So some are making tools, some are cooking, some are doing the agricultural activities. So in this way everyone was busy in some or the other way. People have started living in groups. They were harvesting the seasonal wild grains and gathering the seasonal fruits and roots. In the previous period we have seen that why it is called seasonal camp and why they set up these seasonal camps. Now let us see the village settlements. The way of human life of human in the new Stone Age was completely different from that of human in old Stone Age and middle Stone Age. Now the time is changing and it is the new Stone Age. During this period, human became producer of grain. Now up to middle Stone Age we have seen he was harvesting the wild crops, but by the time of new Stone Age he became the producer of grain. That means previously whatever crops are grown automatically or naturally in the wild, that is forests or the open areas, they were just harvesting it, but by observation, by experimentation, they knew the process of growing food. So they were now producer, that means they have started agriculture. The beginning of cultivation is the characteristic of culture of new Stone Age. Now they are cultivating land, they are using the land for the agricultural process or purpose. Hunting and gathering way of life, it is necessary to keep moving all the time. as in the Middle Stone Age. The seasonal camp were there. So according to the season, whatever fruits, vegetables or crops are available, or whatever hunting grounds are available, accordingly they were shifting their camps. But now they have become the producer of food grains. So it is necessary to keep moving previously, but now because of agriculture make it possible to store food and use it over a longer period of time. They can store the grains. Hence, there is no need to keep on moving constantly. Now they can settle at one place. They don't need to search for food. Once they have grown the crops, then they can store it for continuous few months or even year. Moreover, the nature of agriculture work make it necessary to stay at one place, because immediately within a day or week we don't have the agricultural product. So after sowing we have to take care of it, and then we get the crops, and once the crop is harvested it can be stored for months. So in this way they were settling at one places. Therefore, people established permanent village settlement and lived in them generations after generation. Now, because food was available, they have known the process of cultivation very well. They need not move from place to place. So, families were settling at one place, which give rise to village settlements. So, together when the groups were living, now they have started living in larger group. They were doing their regular activities, hunting, food gathering, agriculture, making of tools, ornaments. So in this way various activities they were engaged in. So it gives rise to the village settlement. In this way the village came into existence. So one generation after another generation they were living in one place only, and it was the members were increasing, the villages were increasing. In this way the village settlement came into existence. In the next lesson, we shall review the social organization and culture of these village settlements. So, in this way, in the New Stone Age era, man was the producer of food grains. He have begun the cultivation and started living at one place for longer period of time from generation to generation. This means they have started living in village. So, this gave rise to the village settlement. So, in this way, he have moved from shelter which was taken in the caves. He was building the huts, the tents, and then seasonal camp in the Middle Stone Age, and finally it gave rise to the village settlement in New Stone Age. So man has shifted from shelter to village settlement. Now students, go through this lesson, read it carefully. Now do you know part, we will just read it once. This is the village settlement of Neolithic age, where people are engaged in various activities. Some are domesticating, some are doing agriculture work. Here are the burials of the dead. Some are having they are engaged in the construction of huts. So in this way together they were living and the village was formed. So do you know, the earth is a subject to cycle of glacial and interglacial periods. In the glacial period, most of the earth's surface is covered with ice sheet and the climate is extremely cold and dry. The level of water in the sea falls because a lot of it is converted into ice. An interglacial period is a period when between the two glacial periods. During the interglacial period, the large part of ice on the ground melts. Sea level rises. The climate becomes warmer and more humid, which we are facing now. Our period is the interglacial period, because we have learnt during the evolution that the earth was covered with the ice sheet. That means it was glacial period, and then it become warmer and warmer. Here also during new Stone Age, when Homo sapiens were there, it was getting warmer. That means it was the change to interglacial period. When some regions in the world experienced a glacial, like Asia and Africa experience heavy rainfall. On the other hand, some regions experience interglacial, that is Asia and Africa experience poor rainfall. About 25 lakh years ago, that is in the time of Homo habilis, the climate had started becoming cold and dry. During the period from 18 lakhs years to 11,000 years, there have been 4 major cycles of glacial and interglacial. This is also the period when the history of human culture from Stone Age to Middle Stone Age took place. That means the climate was extremely cold. About 11,000 years ago, the glacial period came to an end and the current interglacial began. What I have already said, that today what we are living in, it is interglacial because the climate is becoming warmer and humid, and the interglacial period is going on. The climate started becoming warmer and more humid again. Agriculture and the new Stone Age also began at about the same time. So just for information, we should read the do you know part. In the next period, I will give you the question answer, and again we will start with the new lesson. Thank you.